Hey everybody, Joe here with Trekkie Bricks, and I am accompanied by Jeff in this amazing build that we've got behind us. And this whole thing has been an amazing attraction. As everybody comes into the convention, they see this, they freak out saying, oh my gosh, it's got all this amazing stuff. So where was the inspiration to build this in the first place?
So I guess I'm new to the club and I wanted to do a mod. And I probably got in over my head as I went forward on this because it's actually 2 mods wide. But I saw some of the minifigure characters and thought, that looks like a fairy tale. And then I saw these books that came with the Harry Potter sets, and I thought I could make those into like a storybook land or fairy tale land. And so then I started acquiring pieces for different fairy tales. And then I got carried away, and it became 2 mods and 17 fairy tales, and I still have more at home that I'm waiting to do.
All right, so definitely some plans.
Yes.
That's awesome. And I see you're talking about the 17 stories. They're the individual stories.
Nursery rhymes, fairy tales, storybook.
And so we got them down here. And as far as these little books, it's very obvious that it is a book.
Good. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So how did you come up with the books themselves and kind of the configuration? I mean, it's not like a clock, right, where it goes all the way around.
Right.
So what was the thought process behind that?
I knew in the back I wanted a waterfall, Fairy Tale Falls, and I knew to see some of it I wanted height. And so I thought Jack and the Beanstalk on the back with height would be good, and then I could do a couple more on the back. If they were all the same level, no one would see them. So I did 1 row of back, and then I just started putting things. And I think every time I set it out, they're in a different order.
Well, that definitely changes it up for every show then. And, people like to see the change in that. I have seen people ask about these particular books. Is this like a custom print, or is that something that I could go to the Lego store and go buy?
I made those stickers. So I made all the stickers on the books, on the signs. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Just printed at home.
Yeah, they look amazing, and I mean, even the covers on here. I've had a couple of people ask me, being like, where did he get those? So that's awesome. And the Beanstalk here, is that all connected with like Technic pins that go through there, or are we telling secrets? Or are you holding?
Are we telling secrets?
That's up to you.
There's a little cheat. Okay. That's actually 2 half circles that have a square notch in the middle. And so I was going to use bricks to do it, and I started putting Technic pieces down the middle to see how strong it was, and it wasn't nearly as strong. So it ended up being a dowel, a wood dowel that I cut to that length. And then it worked really nice because the castle just sits on the dowel, and it's pretty sturdy.
Yeah, and you do see that with a lot of the bigger builds and whatnot, like the full-size figures that people do are steel rods in them.
Infrastructure. So I didn't cheat.
No, I don't think it's cheating at all. I think it's brilliant to be able to utilize the resource. So yeah, I love the shoe back here too. Like that, the design of it to where you immediately know.
Now that credit goes to my son.
Okay.
My 14-year-old. I was getting a little stressed out because a show was coming up and I wasn't done. And I said, you make a shoe. And he came back with that. And I was like, that is awesome. The laces, you can tell it's a shoe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I just can't stop looking at it. And actually, I just barely noticed this too. Is that part of your...
No.
Okay.
That was today's show.
Okay, so that must mean that this is a winning mod then, right?
This is gift from Brad, who's in charge of the train loop. Awarded that as the best mod, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he told me
amazing.
in 5 minutes what it was. Or 5 seconds.
Well, there we go. We have an award-winning module here with us. Award-winning builder.
Yeah.
So amazing. Any other topics of like the 3 little pigs or anything unique for those that you wanted to kind of go over?
I do hide little things in there. There's Bigfoot hidden in there. There's one of Santa's reindeer. And then just some of the stories, like there is a breadcrumb trail for Hansel and Gretel, and the birds are eating the breadcrumbs. The goats, I wasn't going to spend $300 for Lego goats, so these are Duplo goats, but they're still Lego brand, so...
I think they call that nice part usage, something like that?
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely
It
amazing.
changes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's going to change with more stories to
Yep.
come. So we'll have to see what expands from this in the future, right?
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
3 mods, 4 mods, whatever it may be.
My wife says no.
All right. Well, maybe we'll sneak it somehow, but we'll make it happen.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much for
Yep.
sharing everything, the story, and we're excited to
No
see
problem.
what comes next and what more award-winning modules we're going to see come from you.
The real reward for me is watching the kids and parents interact with it. That's fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a lot of fun.
I've been over here for a bunch of the day, and I constantly hear storybook this, you know, fairy tale, etc. So amazing work. Well done.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Joe.